Welcome to the tomb of illumination, where we expose the truth, the entire physics of our flat earth realm, where these globers are starting to tear their hair out now because they can't debunk me. I hope you saw my earlier video, the 10 reasons why we don't live on a spinning ball. Not one moron in the globe community came back with anything that could prove they lived on a globe. It's just chatter. So I just abuse the hell out of them. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't come from here. It just comes from my mouth or, mind. And because I know they're talking crap. They know nothing. It's all rubbish. Now, here's a perfect example of why you do not live on a ball. It's when it comes to the constellations, the cycles of time, the movement of all the celestial bodies, okay? I'll read this now. Now this is about the constellations, right? And the question was, why are the astrological ages going backwards? Now, this is what this guy said. This is on Quora. This issue of the distinction between sidereal and tropical zodiacs and the relationship between them is an unsolved question in astrology and provides an ongoing subject for observation and study. In other words, they don't have a flipping clue what's going on if they think they live on a spinning ball. Now, the flat earth, I explained the whole model. I know the whole system, and I'm about to show you how easily it's explained, knowing that Earth is flat. But you need to understand the whole model. You can't just come in the side door and expect to know the whole system. You need to work your way through it, and I try to explain this on my channel. So let's just read this, okay? So why are the astrological ages going backwards? And this is the answer on Quora. Because Earth and the other planets all orbit the Sun in the same direction against the background of fixed stars. Now, what you need to understand is science has fixed your Sun. And everything moves around the Sun, which is 100% BS. We know the ecliptic plane. Well, the Sun is on the inside track of the ecliptic plane. Everything moves around in this ecliptic plane. It's all moving around the centre, which is the black hole centre. And the Sun is the first horse off the... What's the saying in New Zealand they used to say? Can't remember now. First car off the rank or something. Well, the Sun there is the first one off the rank, right next to the black hole. Has the most energy in here. This is blue shifting. This is blue, red shifted out here. A wave. It's all a waveform. Basically, we all exist thanks to this sound wave. Everything in our realm is based on sound, frequency, resonating frequencies. So there's your Sun, and it turns also. It's on the inside track. It turns around the black hole. The whole thing's turning. But as you come out, they move slower and slower. So the Sun is moving quicker than anything in the ecliptic plane because it has the most energy. Okay? So it's not fixed. And this is why they stuff everything up, because they think it's fixed. And they're observing all this action around here based on a fixed Sun. So understanding this, you can easily explain retrograding in that. There is no such thing as retrograding, really. It's just the Sun catching up and passing the star or planet. Okay? So that's what you have to understand. This is the flat earth model right there. The Sun laps the so-called background stars over 1 year, meaning the stars appear to go backwards. They are not. They are just slower because the Sun is... So the Sun, in its speed, laps the stars over 1 year because it's quicker. And because it's lapping the stars, it's going through the zodiac. isn't it? It's going through all the stars, all the zodiac. One full lap over the year. This is what they call the precession of the equinoxes. It's ahead every year. And that's the precession of the equinoxes. That extra 20 minutes. It all makes sense, doesn't it? Model. So the sun laps the stars over one full year, but the sun laps the moon over one month. Laps the moon over 1 month. And I think there was another one. Oh, the seasonal changes. Can't remember. So just in a recent video I did. Might be on Patreon though. So you look at this, you see that I've ruined the picture now. But baby in a crib. Basically the baby in the crib. The baby in Jesus in a manger, because the sun represents the Christ. It's the head of the body, it's a baby type thing. When you wrap the baby up, it's like the Eskimos when they used to wrap their babies. You know, they still do it now in annexes and hospitals with a newborn baby. They just wrap it right up and then the head's sticking out. It's the same thing. The Eskimos are way up north. All this is creation's way up in the centre north. It's all a reflection of the creation. Our realm is a reflection of creation. And then you think of the Eskimo lollies, those little Eskimo soft eating things. It might be a New Zealand thing, I don't know. But yeah, Eskimo, same thing. You've got the yolk of the egg. This is the cosmic egg, the actual one. You've got rabbits, black hole, Easter egg, you see. Rabbits, black hole there. Easter egg, sun is Christ. Okay? So that's pretty easy, everybody, and they're telling us they have no idea yet. I've got the answers, but do I get recognition? No, because you're not allowed to know that the earth is flat. So I'll just read what else he's got here. He's saying the ancients, observing year after year, they saw the sun rising on the spring equinox, had slightly different stars behind in each time. See? 20 minutes. To them, the whole background of fixed stars was slowly moving with respect to Earth's unchanging pattern of seasons and the annual movement of the sun. And that movement of the stars with respect to the sun was backwards. Okay? So the star each year on the spring equinox, the sun appeared to rise in a slightly earlier part of the constellation it was occupying at that time. With 26,000 years to complete a revolution, that's the great year, and 12 signs in the zodiac, it takes about 2,160 years on average for the sun to move through each sign. Okay, so that's the 20 minutes every year. That's how long it's going to take to move through one sign, one full sign. Each one of these periods is an astrological age, and a whole cycle of 12 is known as the Great Year or a Platonic year. Right now we're still in the age of Pisces. Timing our entrance into the age of Aquarius depends on where you draw the borders between the constellations. Now I'd like to declare that we are now in Aquarius since 2017, because the great revelation, in Revelation in the Bible is all described, happened in that year. End times, okay? End of a astrological age. The astrological age are a handover of what is known as sidereal astrology, astrology based on using the actual constellations of stars. Modern astrology is almost entirely tropical astrology, astrology based on treating the spring equinox as the first point of Aries, regardless of what constellation is in the sky at that point, and regarding the other signs as falling in precise segments of 30 degrees after it. Currently the constellation on the equinox is early Pisces. In the next couple of 100 years, it will be in Aquarius. Like they say, it depends on where they cross the line. But, so, you know, I know too much about this. I don't know too much about this. I don't follow the stars too much. I haven't got a telescope anymore. So we're just assuming the sun's going through and the moon's going through these zodiac signs. That's what he's saying here. Anyway, what are we up to? Astrology based on treating the spring equinox as the first point of Aries, regardless of what constellation is in the sky at that point, and regarding the other signs as falling in precise segments of 30 degrees after it. Currently the constellation on the equinox is early Pisces. In the next couple of 100 years it will be Aquarius. This issue of the distinction between sidereal and tropical zodiacs and the relationship between them is an unresolved question. This issue of the distinction between sidereal and tropical zodiacs. See, they're calling it sidereal and tropical. And the relationship between them is an unsolved question in astrology. Well, I've just answered it. They're talking about the precession of the equinox, the little slip each year, 20 minutes, and the flow, the lapping of the stars over 1 year. So I should be made famous overnight. Nobel Prize, but no, I can't do that. Soon discover the earth is flat. You see, this world's a duality. It's male and female, day and night, positive, negative, South Pole, North Pole, and truth and lies. And then we have globe and flat earth. Well, the globe is based on the lies. It's the devil. It's the hell. You've got heaven and hell. Well, the globe is the lie, and it's run by the Freemasons. So they have to keep the lie going. And I had this imperfect terminology a couple of days ago. I've lost it now. It was a good analogy of how it works and why. So they don't want you to know the truth. So you've got to understand, we're running in an evil system, and it's all lied, all lies. We have to end this lie. And allowing the Freemason to rule all the time, it's never going to happen. Even, Trump's a Freemason. Everyone's putting their hopes on Trump. You only have to look at what he signed in his time, the ones that weren't advertised, weren't publicised. Anybody who helped Syria, they're going to attack, American will attack them. Now Putin's had to come out and help all these countries. Evil West. So you've got to understand the globe. It's another issue. It's just not the truth. Okay. Thanks for watching. This is just a short video because I was going to be watching my next video. Talking about the secrets of human rebirth. This will be on my Patreon though, I think. Yes, I'll make this video public. Everyone needs to know this. Even though I've mentioned it several times in other videos. Like I say, no recognition. Even if people go out and start preaching this, I don't think they mention my name. The only guy to have brought it up, first person in the world to tell them that it's the sun that's moving around the black hole. Anyway, if you like this sort of stuff, likes up, subscribe, and check out my Patreon page. Get in the higher tiers for the good information. But thanks for watching. Cheers. Spread the good news. Well, that was only 15 minutes. I've still got a bit of time to burn. Let's see, what else can we talk about? You might have seen other videos of mine where this is the Milky Way, eh? It's the Milky Way. This is the centre north. The centre Arctic. This is above the centre Arctic creation. It's the centre of the toroidal field. and we all live out in the expanded torus. It's the hyperboloid centre in here. That's the top of the vortex. What was called in the Bible the hopper. Vortex is the hopper. And so you've got the and represented as the female. The female end of the Milky Way comes down inside the vortex. They're coming up like this, and this is coming in like this. They're both coming in from each end. This comes off the Earth. This comes off the electromagnetic induction between the tropics, where the North and South Pole are creating the energy. Electromagnetism, magnetic induction. This is how you get energy, free energy, between the North and South Poles. And magnetism, the magnetic field. So, this must be the negative. Anyway, I'm not going there at the minute. So this comes over into the tropical gap, this part of the Milky Way. And at this end of the Milky Way, this is where we see the image of the sun. Okay, so when I talk about the sun back here, that's not our sun we see. We don't see all this. That's pure plasma. You can't see that anyway. Out in our light spectrum, into our created realm, this is creation. We can't get into creation. The created realm, we see the images. That's why the Bible tells you they are for signs. The sun is out here. Pure white light through the light spectrum, through the rainbow, through our arc of horizon. We're seeing through the rainbow to see pure white light. So our sun sits out here. So whenever I talk about the sun in here, it's all unseen. Till night time, when you see all the stars and the planets. But this sun here, the sun we don't see during the day, or the real sun, becomes Polaris. That's the centre. It's just off centre. Because it does a small circle. Polaris does a small circle because it's going around the black hole. Hard to believe, isn't it? Our sun shines across the plane like this, across the black hole during the day. That's its energy, its frequency is aimed that way. The sound isn't up this way, it's this way. At night we see it as a star, because that's what that sun is. It's a star. It's been illuminated. It's only illuminating our realm. It's not illuminated up at night. Science tells you the sun is a star. Polaris. If you want to understand Polaris Australis, you have to see more of my videos. But it's the same, it's just a mirrored image of the north. The southern hemisphere is a mirrored image of the north. We see the northern skies like this, cast up into our night sky. Well, you've got to take this and go flop it over, and then we're going to be seeing it up or the other way in the south. So north will see the image down that way. In the southern hemisphere we see the stars from up to this way. That's why we can't match them. I've told everyone that those are all the same stars, but they get out there and they try to match them, but they can't. Well, that's why they're backwards. And why in the globies, why they tell you that you live on a spinning ball, because every man has an arc of horizon. We see the celestial bodies go over this arc. The moon, so it's got a smiley face there. The moon will be here, smiley face there. The moon turns up here, it's got a smiley face that way. Look. That's all we get. We only get 180 degrees. Science makes up this other 180 degrees. It's all imagination. Because this arc here is in the created realm we live in. That's what we see. But back at creation, it's going around the whole horizontally. A bit more to it, but it's horizontal. And the moon is always facing into the black hole. This is a projected image splat. It's like, it's a screen, say. Projects the disk image out here like this. And it's continuously going around looking at the black hole. Just like the moon is always going around looking at us. It's a disc. But because it rolls over like this, it has to look like this, doesn't it? Smiley face. It's all perpendicular to the observer, who's always 90 degrees to a zenith. Zenith right here. We've seen this depiction on a lot of arcs, this point here. There is man. Everything is perpendicular from the arc. Man sees everything like that. That's his universe around him. Like I keep saying, he's the centre of the universe. So you imagine, you are the black hole. Okay? Everything is around you. That's your perspective. Nothing else exists outside that realm. Outside your arc of horizon. Visually anyway. Till you start moving. And then your arc moves with you. And you get a different position around the flat earth. Like as you move this way, stars go down on your horizon. If you go that way, they start coming up on your horizon, more stars. That's all it is. Man's arc of horizon. All this is all written. Left by the ancient Egyptians and all the other philosophers. But this shows the total ignorance of common man. They ignore all of it. Yet it answers everything. Answers all the flat earth questions. The globe does not. That's all I have to say, everyone. Nothing goes below the horizon. Cannot go below the horizon. It's like you're standing, you have to imagine that. So if you're man standing, you can only see one way. You see that way with your eyes looking. You can't see what's behind you. You only see 180 degrees. So if that circle, that disc went around behind you, it's not disappearing. I mean, you know, it's reducing, but it's not shrinking or going down anywhere. Just like here. It's not going down anywhere, it's just gone out of your perspective. Nothing goes down here. So this is vertical, so put on its flat. If it's going around behind you, has it gone down anywhere? No, it's just reduced. This is why we see the bottom disappear first. Globies love to question that one, don't they? How come it's like the boats are being lost bottom up? How else is going to get lost as it goes away behind you? Remember, creation is vertical, our realm horizontal. This is why we live on a flat plane of inertia from the black hole. Everything is out on a flat plane around us, like this, spirals up. The seasonal changes, the sun does this, and then it comes back down again, all on a flat plane. In creation, it's a big vortex like this that winds its way up in an S curve. Can't debunk any of this. It's all logical, common sense. Man has to evolve, I think.